Greetings. This is Reverend Ruth on Starry Bar with Angel Healing Ministries, and I'm in my kitchen, and I made Irish stew today, and I all want to wish you a happy St. Patrick's Day, my friends. And I was originally going to show you a step-by-step process on how to make the Irish stew, but I didn't get a chance to do that, so I'll just explain it to you the best I possibly can. And I hope you enjoy it. But I want to show you what this looks like, and then I'll go through the step-by-step process of how it works. And that's if you see, you might have noticed that like green tint to it. That's because of the green vegetables that I put in it. It gives it that green tint. And our family being partly Irish and German, they love my Irish stew that I make every St. Patrick's Day. And I was at the hospital with my mom, and I was telling her I was going to make some Irish stew. She felt a little sad because she loves my Irish stew. But I spoke to her nurse. Her nurse said if I want to bring in some Irish stew for her, I can. They'll reheat it up in the microwave for her. So I'll be bringing it down to her probably tomorrow or something. And it's just, I enjoy this the way I make it. I usually start off with the rice first. I'll get a big pot, and I'll get 2 cups of brown rice, 3 cups of water, and I will set it I will set it up for a boil. And once it boils, I let it boil. Once it reaches full boil, what I do, I'll turn it on for 45 minutes, and I'll add a little bit of olive oil for taste. I'll turn it on for 45 minutes, and then I'll let it simmer. I lower it once, so it doesn't boil over. So I'll lower the temperature and simmer it for 45 minutes or so. And then what happens after the 45 minutes or so, the rice is all fluffed up. So usually the last 10 minutes before the rice is done, what I do, I start cooking the vegetables and the meat that I put with it. And I take a medium-sized pot, and I use all the green vegetables like peas and string beans, and I use mixed vegetables to add a little bit of color to it. And I'll use like a pink bean, which I used today, to give it some color as well. And then I'll take I'll take 3/4 cups of flour, gluten-free flour, and throw it in there with the vegetables and the beans, so it thickens it while it cooks, because it's like a juice, but it's supposed to be like a thick sauce, almost green, like almost a green sauce. And it thickens as it cooks the vegetable mixture. And then in a small pot, depending on what size chicken I have, if I have a small size of shredded chicken, because I like using that, I'll use a small pot. If I have a medium size of shredded chicken, I'll use a medium sized pot. If I have like a little bit larger, I'll use a little bit larger pot to cook the shredded chicken in. And I'll cook it separately, and I do all this like the last 10 minutes before the rice is done. This way, in a way, they come out, they're done together. So while they're both cooking the vegetable mixture as well as the chicken, and the rice is simmering. I will mix the flour in and everything, the gluten-free flour, and I'll mix it while it's cooking, so it thickens up. And I'll mix the chicken around and let that cook together. And then once after the rice is completely done, and after I fluffed it up, I'll add the chicken first to the rice, and then I'll add the vegetable mixture with the beans in it to the rice as well. And then I'll mix them all together, the rice, the chicken, and the vegetables, and it gets you get like a thickness with the stew type of style, because right now it's very, very thick because it's supposed to be thick. You see how thick that is, my friends? It's very thick, and it's very, very, very good. And I add like a little bit of herbs in it. I add like rosemary. I add rosemary, a little bit of sage. I added parsley to it, and I added a little bit of savory to give it a taste. And I add a little bit of garlic to give it a kick, but I'm not very strong with the garlic because I know spices can be a bit much for my mom. So I'll just use a slight that just gives it a little bit of a kick or a taste. And it comes out amazing, this stuff. And everyone loves it. My whole family loves it. And being Irish and German, it makes a lot of sense, you see. And while the stew is cooling off on the stove, what happens, because of the gluten-free flour, the 3/4 cups of gluten-free flour I added, you get that thickness and that green tint that's there, that little green tint. And, sometimes I use kale. I won't use spinach because my mom's allergic to spinach, so I'll use kale. Any green vegetable I can get my hands on, I'll just throw it in there that tastes good with the mix. Like like I said, the peas, the string beans. I'll use different kinds of string beans and stuff to make it. If I had now lima beans, I would have added the lima beans instead of the pink beans. But I had no lima beans, so I kind of improvised and used the pink beans to give it that, give it some more color and stuff. And it came out really good. And this will probably last us a good couple days, this stew. And usually when you make something on the stove, it can last about a week in the refrigerator. And then after a week, you need to stick it in the freezer and then recook it after that, warm it up. So it's a lot of fun. I love to cook when I get a chance. And it's very enjoyable. So, my friends, this is how I make my Irish stew. Now, I know a lot of you make Irish stew as well, and everybody makes it differently, and you add your own unique touches to it, and stuff like that. Your own unique spices. Some like it spicier than others. In the meantime, I'm putting together a list of the Irish spices because I'm getting into I get into the Irish side of my family. And I'm trying to learn different Irish recipes along with a couple of German recipes. And my mom gifted me with a German cookbook once. And I've been making a little bit of German recipes here and there as well. But anyhow, this is my very first, this is one of my very first cooking videos. And I think it was a good shot for first try. So that's how you make Irish stew. And in the meantime, enjoy the rest of your St. Patrick's Day, my friends. We love you. Namaste. And this is Reverend Ruth on Starry Bar with Angel Healing Ministries, sharing her cooking skills with you. We love you. Namaste and thanks, and enjoy the rest of your St. Patrick's Day. Have a wonderful one. We love you. Namaste. Bye. Show you it one more time before I close. There you go. Yummy. I love that little green tin in there. Thanks again. Bye.